Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome back. It is exactly 8:40 a.m. News and views on Salam Media this Monday morning, the 13th of November 2023. I do hope you're going to keep us company right up until 10 o'clock. Next, we have Amir Muhammed Gadimang Amir of the Gauteng Muslim Shura Council, and we are going to get his views on the position of the council on the ongoing genocide on the people of Gaza or the Palestinian people as a whole. But first up, let's understand what exactly is the role of the Shura Council regarding the Ummah here in South Africa, the Muslim Ummah. Assalamu alaikum to you, Amir Mohammed Gadimang. Nice to have you on the show. Welcome.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Alhamdulillah, shukran jazilan for the invitation. May Allah strengthen us always as Muslims, inshallah, and give us strength in these trying times, inshallah.
Thumma Ameen. Okay, talk to us a little bit about the Shura Council, and then we'll go on and start looking at the issue around our helpless brothers in Palestine, our brothers and sisters in Palestine, and the carnage that is being wrought on them by the illegal occupiers. So first of all, the Shura Council, what is it all about?
Before going to the Shura Council, I think the first thing that I would basically wish could have happened is that all of us that we call ourselves Amir, or that the communities are calling us Amir, in these most trying times that Muslims are going through in Gaza, we're supposed to be ordering the people and give them the orders. And if indeed we are their Amirs and they're following us, we should all be packing our bags and go to defend our brothers in Gaza. But nonetheless, as I go back to what Gauteng Muslim Shura Council is all about, it is an organization that was formed in 2014, June 16, predominantly based in the townships of Gauteng. And we're focusing on the issue of trying to coordinate, to organize, to mobilize, and to give a structured dawah to the population of the people in South Africa. When we talk about the issue of organizing, we are not properly coordinated as Muslim structures in the township. Each and every structure operates on their own, each masjid on their own. And these are some of the things that we want to look at, to look around the issue of education, establishing an Islamic education system in the township, and which we don't have. If they are there, they are very lacking, including the issue of madrasa, that the role that they are playing is very minimal. One cannot say there's no role at all that they are playing, but a very, very minimal role that they are playing because we are not properly organized in the township. Economically, we are going through hardships. How do we best put in place programs that can be addressed the issue of socio-economic challenges that people are facing in the township, access to the bursaries, supporting generally that the Muslims are going through. This is what we're basically talking about, including the issue of Hajj and Umrah. How do we organize and ensure that the bulk of Muslims, especially the elders, are able to attend or go to perform their Hajj, the least, if not Hajj, for them to be able to visit the holy place for Umrah, inshallah. These are some of the basics that the Gauteng Shura Muslim Council is all about.
Alhamdulillah, undoubtedly, you do have partners outside of the townships. I am aware of that. And I think the more you sit down and talk with your other Muslim brothers and sisters outside of the townships, that some of these issues or all of these issues will be addressed in time. Because I do think that as far as the Muslim Ummah at large is concerned, that is one of the areas we do need to and want to focus our efforts. And that is for our Muslim brothers and sisters in the townships to become more coordinated, to be more supportive, and obviously for the deen to spread as far and wide as it possibly can. This is a brilliant opportunity for dawah as far as we're concerned, and we're hoping and praying that more and more of our brothers and sisters come on board and help put in the infrastructure so that our youth in the townships are exposed to a high level of Islamic education, inshallah.
True. Inshallah.
And I have no doubt that.
Have partners.
Yes, I have no doubt. Yes.
Yes.
Carry on.
No, I say we do have a lot of strategic partners that we are engaging with, including your AUCAF as an organization. I mean, in 2019, the South African Black Muslim Conference started its first annual conference. And we saw last year that the SABMC, which is a brainchild of JMSC, entered into a strategic partnership for collaboration with AUCAF. SANZAF at some stage as well. It assisted many of the students with bursaries. Jamiat, we've got a very good working relationship strategically, including individual business people that we have relations with. I did not ask them to mention them here, but I wouldn't mind to mention them. There's a couple of few of them that really one can think of their head. As I said here, that whenever we've got issues or challenges, we pick up our phones and we call them, and they're responding earnestly to assist with whatever issues or challenges, including the guidance, just to give us the guidance on things that really needs to be done, how to approach, because these are the elders in the community, and then they providing the guidance that it's really needed for us. At times we're not seeing things the same way that's supposed to be, but I must admit the likes of Ismail Omar, that we will fight for a day and then a minute later we are together, we see one another as Muslim brothers. Suleiman Hatia, these are the people that one can always call on whenever there's a hardship that we are facing on, or any other issues that we have. Shiraz Ghani, these are the people that we really, I mean, there are so many of them that one cannot be able to mention them here, but we've got many Muslim brothers that I can say out of the township. We always give them a call, we always sit down, we always engage. We disagree always to agree at the end of the day, but strategically Islam benefits out of all our engagement, alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillah, and may the bonds grow ever stronger as the days go by. Okay, I'm hearing a bit of feedback here. So let's hope that the controller there can sort that out for us. It seems to have gone now. The crux of the matter, or the heart of the matter, regarding our interview with you this morning, is obviously the Shura Council's position on the ongoing genocide on the Palestinian people. How are our brothers and sisters in the township viewing the situation? What sort of information is getting to them, and how do they view it?
Um,
Okay, I can't hear you. I think you're on mute. There you
it's-
go.
okay, yeah, no, sorry for that. It is not an easy situation for all of us. Like Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam says that a Muslim or a believer is he who, when the other part of the body feels the pain, the other side should feel the pain. We really feel the pain. For Muslims are going through in Gaza. If anything, we are making the du'as. But one is worried to say, is the dua enough that we are doing? Not to say we are doubting our du'as. One again is reminded of the hadith of Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam that speaks about when you see something wrong happening, one should be able to change it with his word, with his action. And the dua, if a person do it, that is the lowest part of it, that one can be able to do it. Now, when the situation as it goes currently in Gaza, we are wondering if our dua are enough, or we need to make actions to go over there. One is actually worried even about the number of Muslims, and we are reminded by the hadith again of Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam that speaks about the number of Muslims that will be so many at some stage. There will be actually like a foe, when, as the hadith put it, and it says that, but we will be of no use. Basically, we will be of cowards. I mean, what we see our brothers that are going through. You look at all Muslim countries that are surrounding Israel, just a tiny small country that is over there. None of these Muslim rulers or countries are able to respond or to react to assist our brothers in Gaza, brothers and sisters, women and children in Gaza that are being slaughtered on a daily basis. One is wondering, what is that we are doing as Muslims? Or are we reducing ourselves to the hadith that says towards the end of time, people, there will be a lot of killing, the Messiah Tajal would come, and all of, are we reducing ourselves to that? And how sure are we that this is the time that we can do? What we're supposed to be doing as Muslims is to stand up against this carnage that we see going on, not only to do the protest, but even to force our government, one, to expel the Israeli, not only to downgrade, but to expel the Israeli ambassador out of South Africa. And to go all out, honestly, go all out. I mean, the Zionists that are in South Africa has went to to Israel for sure for the years to join on these things that they are doing. Why are we not going to Palestine as Muslims to go and defend and protect the Muslims brethren in the country? So this really pains us. Hence, I said earlier on, one would wonder and would be ashamed to call himself an Amir, but failing to command the people to say this is the direction that we need to do for us to be able to do. Or one would wonder if the love of dunya has really overtaken our heart, that we are not able to see, or we are scared as well of the death. Like the hadith put it, to say that the love of the dunya and the fear, actually it's the Quran that talks about the love of dunya and the fear of death will be the one that it's limiting us. So one is very worried really about the conduct of Muslims that we are doing. But really this thing, it pains us. And as Muslims in the township, we wish and we hope that Muslim countries could actually stand up, especially with the resources. I mean, if you look at the artilleries that Turkey has or that Egypt has, I don't think that Israel will stand even a day in front of them. This goes with Iran. Goes with Saudi Arabia. This goes with all other Muslim countries around. Why are we not standing up as Muslims to defend and protect one of our brethren when they're going through hardship?
Look, I get the fact that if the neighboring Muslim countries do get involved, it could actually start a third world war, which is something that none of us want to see. However, there was a summit over the past 2 or 3 days, and what is very disheartening is that a couple of those so-called Muslim countries vetoed the issue, and also Saudi Arabia has allowed America airspace to, the given them rights for airspace into Israel for whatever reason, and that is very, very disconcerting, including the UAE, I think Qatar, Morocco, a few of those countries, and you kind of wonder, is, as you say, dunya so important to them that they'll sell their souls not to protect their brothers? That's very, very sad indeed. On the issue of why are South Africans not going across, I don't think that the Israelis will allow South African brothers access into Palestine to go and support our brothers and sisters there. I think the Israelis are ruling with an iron fist like never been seen before. I can't hear you. I think
Namukti, can
there
you
you
hear me?
go. Yes, I can hear you now.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Please go ahead.
Naam, salam alaikum.
Yes, I can hear you. Go ahead, please.
It is true what you are saying about the possibility of the Third World War. But at the same time, is it really something that we need to be worried about, of the prospects of Third World War, when Muslims, I mean, women and children? We know in Islam that we are told that if any person was to go to war, and when you were to meet women, you meet children, you were to meet elderly, you're not supposed to be even picking up, lifting up your finger against them. Here we are, we see our brothers. I mean, there was a video last week where the people from the hospital raising white flags were shot at, even though they were showing the Israeli army that they have surrendered, they are leaving the place and all of that. They had to run for cover. Now, that on its own, it's a problem to say, is Israel really willing to sit down? And not only that, I mean, they coming in to occupy the people's land from 1949 until today, and they continue to do. So today they want to take the southern part of Gaza. They want the Muslims to move to another section. When they expand next year again, those ones would have to move to go to what area? So we're not supposed to be doing this thing. And even this thing of normalizations of relations by this Muslim country with Israel is of a concern, really, and if not of hypocritical. I mean, how do you normalize the relations with a country that is a tyranny, a country that slaughtered your Muslim brethren, even if they were not Muslims, humanity for that matter? How do you normalize the relations with them and you're failing to speak against that? How do you then even set up, as Saudi has done, set up or allow America to set up the system, the defense system in their country to protect Israel against the attack from all other angles that they coming through? What role is America playing to try and make sure that there's a cease power in the country, so in the region, so that we can sit down and try to negotiate and solve the issues? Now, they are basically citing, and this is a hypocritical and it's cowardice. To be honest, if you were to ask me, of all these Muslim countries, you are Jordan around I mean, they surrounding Israel. Why are they not enforcing Israel to respond? The Zionists in the state to respond with a different view. I mean, the UN, what role are they playing when Gaza, when we're looking what is happening to our brethren, and we cannot really stand and say we are scared of the third world war. Either we like it or not. If the Zionist wants to complete and finish the mankind, they will do. I mean, there's a video of one of them that actually speaks about the idol worshippers that are over 6 billion rand that needs to be murdered on a daily basis. We can't afford that. Who's next? Who's next after Gaza? Who's next? We may be sitting here and we're saying, yes, they are taking Philistine. What would happen to Syria? What would happen to Egypt? What would happen to UAE? What would happen to Jordan? What would happen to many other countries after this? Because, I mean, sometimes the greed and the power that they will think they would have might be able to lead actually to Muslims being almost killed in the entire world. And we can't be standing around and we supporting this thing, to be honest with you.
Thank you indeed for your insights. It does prove one thing, which I've been saying over and over and over again, that black and brown lives do not matter as far as the white Western imperialists are concerned. They truly believe that they are God's chosen people, and we as black and brown people do not matter. That is the sad facts and the reality on the ground. And I guess black and brown people need to now come together and take on the white imperialist West. Yeah, it's a huge calling, but we really need to start joining forces and seeing how we can stop being subjugated by white imperialists. But we'll leave it there. Amir Muhammed Gadimang,
Shukran, Jazakallah khair.
wonderful, wonderful talking with you this morning. And till the next time, as always, keep us in your du'as, inshallah.
Inshallah, inshallah.
I mean, before we go to the ad break, I'd like to respond to someone here on Facebook. I think it is someone called, it's a French name, so I'm not even going to try and pronounce it, but the surname is Osaro, who says that my brothers and sisters, please listen to me. Muslim is terrorist. To you, Osaro, all I say to you is that obviously you haven't read up the history of the Middle East. Please, can I suggest before you make such outrageous remarks on Facebook, Nohal, please go and read up the history of the occupation in Palestine. Please read up the Balfour Declaration. Go back to the year 1948 and see what the British colonialists have done in that part of the world and how colonialism has subjugated black and brown people all around the world. So I'm taking a guess that you are a white person, and I can't generalize, but there are certain white populations who refuse to understand the history of the Palestinian people and how come they've been occupied by illegal Israelis. So please read up your history before you post such crazy remarks on Facebook. The time is 8:59. News and views on Salam Media. Standing by to talk with us in a minute or two is our news correspondent, Zai Jadwood.